It's the biggest pre-2024 jhatka for Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. After the court setback yesterday, the parliament delivered a hammer blow to the crown crusader of Congress by disqualifying him from the Sansad. That notification from the Lok Sabha Secretariat was issued today. It's no doubt that it's the biggest inflection point in politics of the day. The parliament disqualification has left the Congress completely stunned. The swift action came within 24 hours of the Surat court's conviction pronouncement. The Congress had vowed that it would knock at the doors of the higher courts, but probably they took the case lightly, or possibly some say they were even overconfident that Rahul would never be touched. The only strategy they had in mind, apart from playing the victim card, was a press conference and an emergency meeting to show unanimous support for their leader Rahul Gandhi. Both Rahul Gandhi and the Congress claimed that he's paying the price for speaking out the truth, something that Rahul Gandhi put out in a tweet, and this is what senior Congress leaders had to say.
It is a political issue because it signifies the systematic, repetitive emasculation of democratic institutions. It signifies the strangulation of democracy itself. Shri Rahul Gandhi has been speaking out fearlessly inside and outside Parliament. Clearly, he is paying a price for it.
It was noted today that many opposition parties have condemned the action taken by the government unilaterally with such lightning speed to disqualify Shri Rahul Gandhi.
देखिए, मैं लंबे अरसे से कह रहा हूँ, ये देश किस दिशा में जा रहा है, किस दिशा में जाएगा, किसी को नहीं मालूम है.
The BJP, on the other hand, cited the rule book and reminded that Rahul Gandhi's being a dynast could not insulate him from either a conviction or a disqualification. In fact, they even went on to take a dig at Rahul Gandhi's faux pas at a press conference earlier last week when he said, unfortunately, he was an MP, something that he corrected later. Listen in to the BJP.
कानून 1951 के तहत किसी भी सदस्य को अगर सजा होती है तब उसकी सदस्यता चली जाती है. कि भारत में पहली बार नहीं हुई है. सदस्य हैं और देश की वरिष्ठ लॉयर कपिल सिब्बल जी ने कल ही कहा था, जजमेंट के साथ साथ सदस्यता जाना तय है. ये बहाना दिखाया जाता कि 30 दिन के समय था.
मैं तो इतना ही कहूंगा, भगवान के घर में देर से ही अंधेर नहीं. राहुल जी कहते थे दुर्भाग्य से सांसद हूं, अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई एम एन एमपी. सो उनको जो एक दुर्भाग्य लगता था आज उससे भी मुक्ति मिल गई है. उनके साथ साथ वायनाड के लोगों को भी इससे छुटकारा मिल पाया.
But what happens next is the biggest question in everyone's mind. And in Indian politics, conspiracy theories are born in triplets and quadruplets. Every minute there is uncertainty. So let me decode the political scenarios coming out of Rahul Gandhi's disqualification. Many feel with Rahul Gandhi out, chances of a united opposition front actually strengthens. Scenario 2, it opens the way up for Priyanka Gandhi to take the leadership role in the Congress. Scenario 3, in the run-up to 2024 elections, Congress could concede space for a non-Congress prime ministerial face. Also, Scenario 4, disqualification would prompt anti-BJP and anti-Congress voices closing ranks. And Scenario 5, opposition parties would get an equitable share of the political pie. And Scenario 6, young Turks of the Congress party could actually now assert themselves and stake claim to the party's leadership. See for yourself how the opposition condemned the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi.
सारे लोगों को साथ आना पड़ेगा. ये लड़ाई राहुल गांधी की लड़ाई नहीं है, ये लड़ाई कांग्रेस की लड़ाई नहीं है, ये लड़ाई इस देश को बचाने की लड़ाई है। एक तानाशाह से, एक कम पढ़े लिखे व्यक्ति से, एक अहंकारी व्यक्ति से इस देश को बचाने की लड़ाई है। जिस तरह से उनकी सदस्यता बर्खास्त की गई है वो एक कायराना हरकत है, वो एक डरी हुई सरकार की निशानी है।
उत्तर प्रदेश में समाजवादी पार्टी के कई सदस्यों की सदस्यता इन्होंने बीजेपी के लोगों ने ली है। आज कांग्रेस के पार्टी के सबसे बड़े नेता की सदस्यता गई है। और अगर हम इसी तरह देखेंगे, अगर ऐसे मुकदमे देखेंगे तो बीजेपी वालों की तो कईयों की सदस्यता नहीं बचेगी। ये जानबूझ करके जो असली मुद्दे हैं, महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, उन पर ये बहस नहीं करना चाहते, उनसे ध्यान हटाने के लिए ये कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता के साथ हुआ है, समाजवादियों के साथ पहले हो चुका है।
The BJP are desperate to silence the voice of the opposition. We know they are desperate. We know they want to silence the voice. We know they would go to all kinds of lows, but this is the low of the low. The lowest in parliamentary democracy, in the history of parliamentary democracy. BJP, how low can you go, Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah?
And just a few minutes ago, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, while leaving the premises of the meeting that was held, the emergency meeting that was held, she came out of that meeting and this is what she had to say.
प्रधानमंत्री सुबह से शाम तक वो मेरे परिवार के बारे में, राहुल जी के बारे में, मेरे पिताजी के बारे में, मेरी माता जी के बारे में, इंदिरा जी के बारे में और पंडित जी नेहरू जी के बारे में कुछ न कुछ जानता है, पूरा देश देखा है। उनके खिलाफ किसी जज ने किसी 2 साल का सेंटेंस नहीं दिया, उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई नहीं किया। और मेरे भाई ने क्या किया? अडानी का मुद्दा उठाया। मेरे भाई ने अडानी का मुद्दा उठाया, सवाल पूछे संसद में, इसीलिए ये सब हुआ। क्योंकि जिस केस का स्टे कंप्लेनेंट ने खुद मांगा था, 1 साल से स्टे हुआ। अडानी पे जो भाषण दिया मेरे भाई ने, उसके बाद अचानक उस कंप्लेनेंट ने उस केस को जिंदा क्यों किया? ये सरकार अडानी पे जवाब देना नहीं चाहती, डरती है इन सवालों से, इसीलिए ये पूरी प्लानिंग के तहत किया गया है ताकि राहुल जी संसद से निकल जाए। देखिए, मैंने कहा है कांग्रेस लड़ेगी, राहुल जी लड़ेंगे, हम सब लड़ेंगे। ये हमारे रगों में जो खून दौड़ता है ना, ये शहीदों का खून है। सुन लीजिए, जिस खून को आप बार बार परिवारवादी कहते हैं, बार बार आप आलोचना करते हैं, बार बार आप शब्द इस्तेमाल करते हैं, ये खून बहा इस देश के लिए, ये पीछे हटेगा नहीं। हम डरते नहीं है, हम लड़ते रहेंगे और हम खड़े रहेंगे। ये कुछ भी करना चाहे करें, कोई बात नहीं, करने दीजिए।
Well, that brings me to the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight. Will Rahul Gandhi's exit unite the opposition? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour first. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining me direct and exclusive on the Newshour tonight is former Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan. Good evening, Mr. Chavan. I just want to ask you, why is the Congress party so outraged over the notification of the disqualification? Because the disqualification was a foregone conclusion after the pronouncement of the Surat court judgment yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. When we heard the Surat court decision that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been convicted and sentenced for 2 years, it was clear that the period of 2 years was specifically meant, this is the highest amount of sentence that you can under the defamation law. So the 2 year was a giveaway, and it was very clear that government was planning something bigger. Of course, that they will act with such alacrity was not expected, but I at least expected that this 2 years was not something natural or something which it has a meaning, and that meaning was they wanted to disqualify Mr. Rahul Gandhi under Representation of People's Act and under the Article 102 of Constitution. This has happened. We expected that they will take some time. They'll perhaps refer to the President of India, which is mandatory, but that didn't happen. And we have the notification of Lok Sabha Secretariat that he's disqualified. There are many, many loopholes in this case. Particular one, the complainant who complained to the Surat Magistrate Court himself applied for a stay in his own complaint. And High Court obliged him by giving him a stay in his own complaint. Now, whenever the suitable environment was there and complainant felt that he can get a better decision out of the magistrate's court, he again moved the High Court and said, look, I want to speed up the trial. And within a matter, after sleeping on the matter for 11 months, he goes to High Court and asks High Court to restart the trial. And within a matter of a month, the High Court, the magistrate's court gives a decision. Now the dates are very critical. Number one, Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra, tremendous success, the mass mobilization support that he got was number one.
No, before you go to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, Mr. Chavan, before you go to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, my question to you is, are you saying, no, 1 minute, are you saying, are you saying that the courts were influenced?
Hindenburg reports on 23rd January, and Rahul Gandhi asked questions about Adani's and Modi's links, and Mr. Modi doesn't want to answer. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is not allowed to speak in Parliament. The demand for JP was not accepted. So these are not just mere coincidences. Moment Adani-Hindenburg link is established, Adani-Modi link is established, the court again restarts the matter, a magistrate is changed, and 2 year, I think this is the highest sentence under defamation law, and I don't think any person in India has ever been convicted for and sentenced for 2 years under an election speech. I think this is the largest, longest sentence that anybody has under the defamation law. This
all
is
right.
pre-planned. And
all right. So my question to you is, Mr. Chavan.
And I think we have this.
My question to you is, you are saying that the courts were either pressurized or they were programmed in such a way to give the maximum sentence. Magistrates were changed, and you also say that the High Court obliged the petitioner. So you're not only questioning the Surat Court, you're also questioning the Gujarat High Court. Do I understand you correctly, Mr. Chavan?
No, I'm only giving the dates. I'm only giving you the facts. You connect the points. You connect the dots. I'm only giving the dates. When the Hindenburg report came, when Rahul Gandhi raised the matter in Parliament, when Mr. Modi refused to discuss this matter in Parliament, and the court moves at a particular speed. You just connect the dots.
No, so by connecting the dots, you are saying that aspersions should be cast not only on the Surat court, but you use the word. I didn't use the word. You used the word. The High Court obliged the petitioner. So I want to ask you, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, are you saying that not just the Surat court, the High Court was also acting under instructions or pressure?
And High Court then lifted the stay. I didn't say that. That is for you to draw the conclusion, for the people of India to draw the conclusion.
So then,
all I'm saying is that number one, in a defamation, give you the maximum sentence. That sentence is enough to disqualify a person.
So let me ask you, Vikram Saini, a BJP MLA, was convicted by a court in Uttar Pradesh for the Muzaffarnagar riots. Another BJP MLA, Neharu Olekar, in Karnataka was convicted for alleged corruption. Also, these cases and decisions also came this year. So are you saying these courts were not impressed by the BJP?
Please remember.
Okay, so
Navika,
only
not
defamation
defamation.
cases are being pressurized.
They were convicted of serious crimes. No, defamation cases, 2 years sentence for defamation case.
Okay.
Which is what did he do? He was targeting corruption by certain people in politics. It was a political speech. It was a campaign speech. Whether it was defamatory or not, yes, okay, you have a point. But 2 years sentence for a campaign speech? Show me one example in the country.
Okay, so
where a person has
you agree
2 years
you
sentence
agree
for
that there
election speech.
could have been some transgression or some defamation in the speech made, because the court in its order says Rahul Gandhi had no reason to talk about an entire community in such a sweeping way when he could have confined himself to what he said to Nirav Modi, Lalit Modi, Vijay Mallya and others. Do you concede that Mr. Rahul Gandhi actually crossed a line? The order and the conviction sentence may be long, but do you agree that the line was crossed?
No, I think I will not go into the merits of the case, and our legal team will take it up at appropriate court, higher court, and all these issues will be adjudicated, discussed, will plead and all that. All I'm saying, all I'm putting on record that nowhere before, to my knowledge, if you know any case, please tell me, nobody has been convicted, has been sentenced for 2 years for a campaign speech. Whether the campaign speech had a defamatory content, the courts will decide. The higher courts will rule on that. But I think these are deliberately used. See, they have been talking about his speeches in England. Why should he not be disqualified as an MP for his speeches in England? They have been saying that why should he not be disqualified for the Bharat Jodo Yatra when some women complained to him. They're trying to find an opportunity to disqualify him from parliament. They wanted to silence his voice in the parliament. They were so scared after the Bharat Jodo Yatra and after the Adani allegations that Mr. Modi just wanted to get him out of parliament and got it.
Well, so what happens next, Mr. Chavan? Do you think the opposition, which is standing with you today, will be happier making an alliance with the Congress party, with Rahul Gandhi now not in the leader position?
Well, number one, Mr. Modi has made the same mistake that the BJP did in case of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. See, exactly same history is repeating itself. Number one, there is a huge upsurge of sympathy for Mr. Rahul Gandhi and for Congress party and for opposition space at all. Mr. Modi is trying to go away from the issues of people like unemployment, like inflation, like farmer suicides, like so many other people. He's mishandling the economy totally. He wanted to find an excuse to divert the attention, but now the Adani matter is with him. I think he'll have to sooner than later answer his own people. Forget about Congress party, forget about people at large. His own BJP people are worried about the impact of Adani allegations on BJP's prospects. I think, fine, we will fight it out in courts, we'll fight it on politically on streets. I think Congress party will be at the spearhead to carry the campaign against Mr. Modi, and I'm sure all the opposition parties not only are sympathetic to Congress's cause, but they are worried what can happen. If it can happen to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, it can happen to every single opposition party in the country.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, for speaking to me on the News Hour. As always, candid, direct, and absolutely verbatim talking about the Congress strategy. Thank you, Mr. Chavan.